Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2022 CDC Continental Cup Tour Finals Championship, live from New York City.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here in New York City. I'm joined by today's number 5 seed, John Norman Jr. John will be playing against the 12 seed Stowe Buntz in just a minute. John, this is your second Continental Cup. Give us your thoughts on being back in New York City.
Feel good. My mom's with me. Weather's good. Accommodations are the same. Venue looks great. Crowd's great. And ready to rock.
So you, I think you just took a little bit of vacation, right? You've been in the States for a little bit?
We did. We did the Orlando for 7 days. It was a great family trip, and it was amazing.
Just preparing yourself for the climate shift gradually back to Newfoundland weather, right?
Yeah. Back to Labrador, actually. I'm going back to Boise's Bay.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you're working up there. So you've got the number 12 seed Stowe Buntz. What have you done to prepare for Stowe, and what do you think about this match?
I played Stowe a couple of times. Great player. So a lot of respect, and in my preparation is just about me. Just trying to get the best out of my game right now.
Okay. We know we're definitely going to get a good match, whatever happens. John, good luck to you, and we'll see you when you come back off that stage.
Thank you.
Welcome back to New York City, ladies and gentlemen. It's the 2022 CDC Continental Cup presented by Cosmo Darts. I'm joined by today's number 12 seed, Mr. Stowe Buntz. Stowe, this is your inaugural season on the tour. It's also your first Continental Cup championship. Tell me about what it's like to make this in your first year.
Oh, it's amazing. It's a great experience. I definitely tried to put a hard work into getting here. Throughout the season, I was unable to make the first Canadian event, but I was able to get to the second one and put up enough points to be blessed to be in this room right now with this great group of individual dart players.
So this is really probably your first experience with a real kind of audience ticketed event. Is that on your mind as you prepare for this event, with this tournament?
Oh, not at all. I'm a fan first and foremost. So if I wasn't playing right or this weekend or today, I'd be at home watching it on the TV with the kids and cheering and probably swearing at the TV, rooting for obviously my favorite players and my friends. So I don't think the fans are gonna play a part in this. I think it's just me and the board, and I'm gonna go up there and try to score heavy and hit my doubles. So
you've got the number 5 seed, John Norman Jr. What are your thoughts on getting him as an opponent, and how are you going to basically approach that match?
John Norman, great player, great guy, class act. I had the luxury of playing him twice in the last Canadian event, so I was fortunate enough to come ahead on both of those matches. So I think I'm going into this match with a little bit of advantage, meaning that we've only played each other twice, and I'm 2-0 currently. Does that play a factor? No, I take every match individually as it is. I did do a lot of prep work, a lot of hard work last couple weeks trying to get my game up to where I think it needs to be, because I know if I don't throw, he's gonna throw, and I'll be on the losing end, and I really don't want that.
Well, I know we're all looking forward to seeing both of you on that stage. Stowe Buntz, thanks for joining us. Good luck today.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to complete our quarter-final lineup here at the 2022 CDC Continental Cup. Let's welcome to the stage, from Portsmouth, Virginia, USA, Stowe Buntz. From Newfoundland, Canada, welcome John Norman Jr.
everyone, I'm Sean Green, your play-by-play commentator for the final match of the morning session for the 2022 CDC Continental Cup Tour Finals Championship presented by Cosmo Darts. And I'm excited to welcome back my co-commentator for this match, Mark Taggart. Mark, the last match of the morning session is going to be a great one, with John Norman Jr. taking on Stowe Buntz, who had quite a run in weekend number 4, finishing second in events 10 and 11 to finish inside the top 16 just to qualify for the Tour Finals. This might be crazy to ask, but does Stowe's momentum heading into today make him the favorite over the 5 seed?
Tough one, very tough one, because Norman Jr. is a very difficult opponent. He's really good. He's been on lots of different stages, PDC and various other places across the pond. He's a real difficult opponent. He's a real handful for many reasons. But maybe, perhaps, it'd be interesting to see. I was following virtually, and still had an awesome weekend, but it's been a little bit of time, like we talked about before. May not just be close enough for that to be a factor, but it could play into it. But he definitely has his hands full with Norman Jr. because he could beat anyone here.
Yeah, absolutely. His run actually started the week before weekend number 4 in Virginia, Washington, D.C.
First, game on.
For the 2022 shootout. He was the runner-up there and then carried that over to weekend number 4. And he is going first here in this match, so he will have the throw.
59.
And you can see those darts right on the wires there to start.
He looked very relaxed in the practice room. Both did, actually. I saw them bull up, and they both were laughing and joking and seemed super relaxed as we're sort of finishing out this first session today. It'll be interesting to see just how this plays out, if there will be.
41.
Certainly, I think they'll be comfortable on the line. I think Stowe will be confident. He knows he can make deep runs. We've seen it, like you alluded to. So it's an intriguing one.
I agree with that.
137.
There you go.
There's no prizes for guessing who she's going for. Great participation out there in the crowd so far for this afternoon session, and I guarantee tonight we will get a bit more of a raucous occasion.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. We have a couple of great matchups tonight. Actually, 3 out of the 4 are confirmed. Dave Cameron versus Gary Mawson, Doug Boehm versus Jim Long,
59,
and Ryan Vanderwhite versus Joey Lanaw, the 21-year-old birthday boy.
Yeah, and the winner of this, their reward is to play Mr. Alex Spellman, who I guarantee will be chomping at the bit to get back
58.
on that board after getting through a tough contest earlier today.
Where he still averaged over 90, I believe.
Exactly. Exactly right.
It's crazy to call that a tough one. And we mentioned it at that time that was, we thought he was playing much worse than the averages were showing.
Yeah, no, and testament to Keith Way. He put him under a lot of pressure and really stuck in there. And that one could have been different, as Alex would attest to.
Absolutely. He will say, first and foremost, he escaped in that one. The 160, though, would be real nice. But he will return. That last dart might hurt, though.
Could give Jorman the impetus just to try and to bring this down and put that 79 under pressure.
He's kicking himself now. There's a little bit of a lack of focus there on that last dart that might cost him the leg eventually.
He didn't really get punished because Norman was trebleless in that turn. But here we go. Double 11.
57.
Doesn't open his account, so a little tricky 146 for Norman to steal the leg.
And this would fire him up. Not going to do it.
He's an animated character, to say the least, John Norman Jr. I think we had the pleasure of commentating on him in Indianapolis, if I'm not mistaken, and he's definitely a pleasure to see on the stream.
And an absolute gentleman, actually. With his opponent,
first leg.
Big dart there, last dart in hand for Stowe. Settles him down a little bit, I'm sure. But you'll see him fist bump more than anyone else. If it's a big shot from your opponent, he's going to fist bump, but he's also going to give it.
140.
Good opening there from John Norman Jr. I have to say, it would be remiss of us not to mention how awesome
54.
an outfit our friend Mr. Buntz is sporting here. Can we say it's a little Peter Wright-esque?
I would agree with that. I would be willing to say it's very patriotic, to say the absolute least.
140.
These old things, these pants that I just pulled out of the wardrobe that just happened to be red, white, and blue. Look at this from Stowe Buntz. Fills it up for a 180 here in the second leg of this last first round match.
He lit the fuse with the first 2 darts, and boom goes the dynamite there with the third, filling it up with the 180.
Fireworks to match the pants, huh?
There you go.
100.
It's always the 4th of July when he's wearing that outfit.
There you go.
Back on 267, John Norman Jr., a quiet first 9 to get to 121.
44. John, you require 121.
An absolutely fantastic leg so far from John Norman Jr. Went the
Just
bull route.
quietly going about his business. Yeah, 121 is there's so many ways to potentially try and finish 121.
28.
You're never quite sure. You know, you've got the traditional throw it at the treble, and then you've got treble 20, and then treble 17 is your backup. There's lots of creative ways to do it.
Still an opportunity to put a lot of pressure on the
68.
93
John, you
after
required 93.
kind of a punt of a setup there from John Norman Jr.
Yeah, that Buntz did not punish him, unfortunately, with the 68. So Norman's looking to open his account here. We'll get a shot at it.
Double 16.
Game
Hits
shot in the
it.
Second leg.
That's a good way to take out the
John Norman
93.
He cleaned that up,
Carter.
Third leg
cleaned
is
it up
Stowe
real
Buntz.
nice, and
Game on.
pins the double with that last dart in hand.
And Stowe
100.
has the 180, but otherwise has had a little bit of a bad electrician syndrome. He's wiring the wrong side of the treble.
I don't think I've ever heard that one with bad electrician syndrome. I like it. Look at this from Norman Jr. 2 in.
Oh, 60 on the floor. 120 from John Norman Jr.
Somebody called the cops because Norman Jr. was robbed.
140.
Great response there from Stowe Buntz, trading big triple-digit scores.
So far, we've had 2 holes to
44.
throw in this match. The last match of the morning session this evening sets up nicely for 4 great quarterfinal matchups, 2 great semifinal matchups, then
57.
the Evolution Tour finals. Joey Lenall might be a busy fella this
He
evening.
can only hope. We see him on the stream lots of times, perhaps. Yeah, lots of great darts coming this evening.
It's going to be fantastic. And you're going to make sure, although if you've been enjoying the bonus coverage on Facebook all day long,
25.
you will not have that opportunity tonight. You will have to have your PDC.TV subscription.
It's a very good point. So one of the things I've noticed with John Norman Jr., and I've seen it
84.
before, he starts way off to the left of the Oki. So he moves around a lot. You find that he starts there and then has to switch quite a bit. So he's a bit of a cameraman's nightmare.
100.
He makes them work, that's for sure.
So you require 120.
But he also is not afraid to move along that line at all.
He has to. He has to because of where he starts. You find that if he blocks the left-hand side of the treble bed, he has to move
44.
right to find space. So it's just what he's comfortable with. He doesn't know any better. You get a great shot of it there. You can see him off to the left.
John trying to put a little bit of pressure on the 76 is going to need to find a treble to do so.
He's looking to see if he hits a
59. Stowe, you require
there was a number that was potentially going to leave a bogey. So just triple checking with Buntz here on 76. Pops for 2-1.
Game shot in
And
the third
knocks
leg.
it down.
Stowe Buntz. Fourth leg is John to throw first.
Stowe's got
Game
quite
on.
a audience for him right now.
He's got a little following behind him, absolutely. It's good to see. It's good representation here for quite a few of the players.
140.
They've got a couple of varying sizes of entourages.
And how about this? Newfoundland has 3 representative players in this
95.
event.
Yeah.
John Norman Jr. from Shea Heights up there. All of them traveling quite a distance, and not an easy travel
No,
either to get
Definitely
here.
not. That's a testament. 2 in. And the third. That's 180 there from John Norman Jr. in leg 4. Yeah. I don't know if this goes together, but
61.
a hotbed in Newfoundland. Do those words go together? Because definitely it's a hotbed of darts. That's for sure.
You mean it's around 55 up there?
That's balmy.
100.
It's a great scoring leg from John Norman Jr.
Absolutely.
Down to 81 after 9.
Chance for an 11 dart hole to throw.
140.
But all Stowe has to do is hold his throw. He wins the match.
Yeah. Something that was quite elusive in the Cameron and Ross Snook match. There was plenty of breaks. Anthony and I were actually saying that holding your throw was the differentiator in that one.
Absolutely. And Ross is probably still down there kicking himself about kind of letting Dave off the hook.
49.
Yeah, he really should have brought that to a last leg decider, and those missed doubles. Cameron made him pay, unfortunately.
Well, Stowe evened it out,
35.
and then he made it odd again.
32.
But he left the big fish just in case.
Yep. So 32 to level us up. 2 all. 2 at double 8.
Game shot in the
Oh,
fourth
that's a
leg.
14
John
darter there
Norman Jr.
from John
Fifth
Norman
leg is
Jr.
Stowe to throw first. Game on.
You can
Our
see,
very own Aaron Quinn.
yeah, absolutely. And shout out to the staff that's been working with us all weekend long, getting set up.
134.
The production team has been amazing. Shout out to all of our board officials and referees. I know I would hate doing that job, but Colin Rath, Nick DeRossier, Kevin Wilkinson, Angelo DeJulia.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Great pronunciation
You know-
of all 3.
You're kind for saying that.
So great opening here from Stowe Buntz in leg number 5. Kicks us off
100.
with a 134.
Hey, and there's Nick DeRossier's mom. There, Monique, was on the right-hand side of that picture.
134.
Nice 134 to follow.
And the esteemed Gloria Gutierrez.
Absolutely.
A long-time CDC teammate, photographer, graphics designer, and all sorts of things.
100.
She helped us get home last night on the subway.
There you go.
Very kind of her.
So
Very kind.
putting her NYC knowledge to good use. Excellent.
It was very appreciated.
65. 63.
Back-to-back 134s from Stowe Buntz with a 63 to leave 170 after 9.
If he hits the 2 trebles, if John's not on a finish, do you go fishing anyway?
45.
For the crowd?
Stowe
If John's not on a
170.
note, he might. I said yes earlier, and they did not do that. But he might.
Oh.
Oh, 145.
He went for the big fish.
Right there, right there.
Got it near the boat, and then it just wrangled free. But he will be back with 25. Question is, what will he be facing pressure-wise?
140. Stowe, you require 25.
John Norman's scoring is right on point here.
Double 8 for Stowe to take a 3-2 lead.
Game shot.
There it is.
It's a big dart.
Stowe Buntz.
And a
Sixth leg is John.
12 dart hold a throw there from him.
Yeah. Stowe Buntz. Anything that John Norman's throwing at him, he's throwing it right back. 2 in the treble again from Norman Jr.
140.
He's thrown very well on his throw, but he will have to break Stowe eventually in order to win this match.
Yeah, and he's having none of it. Look at that. That's a 180 there from Stowe Buntz in leg number 6 to kick it off.
His second of the match. And it might be coming at a very perfect time. Like what I did there?
100.
Yeah.
Ah. I was one time 1 dart into a 9 dart
57.
finish.
You were?
Yeah, one time.
That's good to know.
All right, so John back with his throw.
He's looking at least one
57.
treble. He was trying to set up the 170 there. It's good board management from John Norman Jr. So Buntz could put pressure on the throw here.
Oh, he's going to do more than that.
140.
He's going to be the first to a finish against the throw.
Stolen the darts. So John Norman needs to reply in kind to put pressure on that 124.
That's a tough first dart.
He's stubborn. He's going to stay there.
And throw 2 awesome darts at it to
Stowe, you require
hit that ton.
120.
Yeah, clearly not a blocker for Norman Jr. He's comfortable just to try and throw to the side. Some players would opt to switch and move to 19s with that type of lie.
40. John, you
Stayed
require
there, and we're going to see if it
104.
pays off for him with 104 remaining.
Only needs one treble here to tie us back up at 3-3.
Staying there.
So not going to do it.
54.
84 for
Stowe, you
Buntz to
require
extend his lead to
84.
4-2. You would think at the very least he's going to get a shot at the bullseye.
He should have 1 dart at it if he stays in line.
Treble 14, not going to do it. So bullseye.
Yeah, he hits the bullseye.
Stowe Buntz.
Big dart there, and what a
7
time to
legs,
break the
Stowe
throw.
go first.
4-2 lead, and he will throw for the match in a place in the top 8
Game on.
to take on Alex Spellman.
That's a huge break of throw and huge momentum shift right over to Stowe Buntz, who you would have to say is the favorite for the match now.
And again, this is a 12 seed versus the
81.
5 seed. And if this ends up this scoreline, the 2, 3, and 5 seed will all be out. And the 6 seed.
$41.
Do you think that's a testament to just how good all 16 players are that are playing?
It's a testament just to the strength and depth in general. You know,
140.
it's a cliche to say, but it's very, very true. And there's no easy draws anymore in competitive darts here in North America. These are the 16 that have gone through either having
140.
consistently good tours for this year, or they've had a stellar 1 week or maybe even 2 weeks and deserve to be here by right. So anyone you're going to face in this field,
100.
they got here by merit. They earned the right to be here in New York City. And, you know, although you have to come up with the seedings, but anyone can beat anyone. And we're seeing that.
We are absolutely seeing that.
135. Stowe, you require
Good 135 from
135.
Donovan Jr., but
Much needed because the scoring from Stowe Buntz means he's on a finish at 155. 95, ooh, not going to do it.
99.
Sets it up. 56 when he comes back for the match with Norman Jr. back on 185. So all he can do is set this up and hope that this 56 doesn't go.
41.
and only
Stowe, you require
41's not going to
56.
put a lot of pressure on this 56. Stowe for the match.
2 darts at tops. 3 sets. Takes a minute.
Game
Boom,
shot.
pins it.
And match.
Great finish in there from Stowe Buntz. No dramas. And dispatches John Norman Jr., our number 5 seed, to move into this evening's festivities.
I'm telling you right now, if I'm any of the top 8 remaining, I am not looking forward to playing any of the other top 8 remaining. It's going to be quite a battle moving forward.
Tonight's going to be very interesting for lots of different reasons. Looking forward to seeing all our quarterfinal matches. Great showing there from Stowe Buntz.
Another round of applause for your last quarter finalist, Stowe Buntz.
A lot of fan favorites moving on to tonight, too.
It's good to see. They're going to have a couple of entourages cheering on their favorite, which will be good to see. So 5-2 there. The USA Stowe Buntz knocks out the Canadian John Norman Jr.
Yeah, honestly, we said at the beginning, not as surprising as a 12-5 matchup victory would be with the momentum that Stowe has brought into this. He's back to through a 90 average in this one against a 90 average. Timing was so good from Stowe Buntz.
Yeah, it looked effortless, in all honesty. He picked his spots. He was clinical at the right moments. His finishing was great. Yeah, he's going to be a handful for Spellman.
Yes, he will. And let's run through our quarterfinals that are going to be coming up. Dave Cameron will take on Gary Mawson as our last match of the evening. Alex Spellman versus Stowe Buntz, which I'm so excited to see. We've seen a couple of those battles. Weekend number 4, we saw a couple of them, and they went one each way. So that is going to be a good matchup. And how about Ryan Vanderwhite versus Joey Lenaw? New Jersey versus New York City. The hometown kid, 21st birthday is today, taking on the debutante for the CDC Tour this year, and Ryan Vanderwhite in a fan favorite in that audience.
Dispatching Gates and Joey dispatching Butler.
Yeah.
Are we seeing a potential changing of the guard a little bit? Perhaps not, but it's great to see some New Jersey and New York representation going into this evening.
And speaking of which, Doug Boehm from Buffalo, New York.
Oh, yeah.
Doing battle against
How can we
Jim
forget?
Long from London, Ontario. Will be our
Next door
first
neighbors,
match.
the
Absolutely.
Canadians and the Buffalo.
They can wave at each other. They're about an hour away from each other.
Absolutely.
Guys, that'll do it for us for the morning session of the 2022 CDC Continental Cup Tour Finals Championship presented by Cosmo Darts. The evening session starts at 5:30 p.m. for the conclusion of the Tour Finals exclusively on PDC.TV. From Peter Cetera, Anthony Eugenia, Jeff Good, L. David Irete, and the rest of the CDC staff, thank you so much, and we will see you this evening.
Yeah.